bustling Equifax headquarters, Anna stares intently at her monitor, a critical alert flashing ominously. The harsh light of the screen illuminates her face, reflecting a growing sense of unease and impending crisis. With swift, decisive movements, she forwards the urgent email, a digital cry for help echoing through the corporate network. Each keystroke is filled with a sense of urgency, a race against time as the vulnerability looms large. The office environment buzzes with oblivious activity, unaware of the potential storm brewing within the digital realm. In the Equifax security office, weary eyes reflect the cold glow of numerous monitors. Mark, the team lead, battles mounting stress, his hand raking through thinning hair. A heavy sigh escapes his lips, a silent acknowledgement of the overwhelming pressure. Anna's email adds to the digital avalanche of alerts, each demanding immediate attention. Add it to the list? Mark concedes, his voice heavy with resignation. The screens flicker, a relentless reminder of the escalating crisis. Calendars whirl through a rapid dance of days, each page torn away, marking time slipping through their fingers. Coffee cups multiply into precarious monuments of caffeine, a testament to long hours and mounting pressure. Unseen, the Apache strut's vulnerability festers, an unacknowledged danger silently growing within the network. The office hums with the frenetic energy of ringing phones and clicking keyboards, a symphony of daily urgency. The critical alert fades into the background noise, a forgotten warning lost in the relentless grind. In the dimly lit hacker's lair, the glow from multiple monitors casts an eerie light, illuminating lines of complex code. Zero, a figure shrouded in anonymity, hunches intensely over his keyboard, his fingers a blur across the keys. Inside the digital fortress of Equifax, rows of servers hum with unseen power. Firewalls crumble, and intrusion alarms fall silent as his code advances, unopposed. The digital breach widens, the system's heart exposed to the intruder's silent, relentless advance. In the hacker's lair, Zero's fingers fly across the keyboard, a symphony of clicks echoing in the dimly lit space. He breaches the fortress, gaining entry into the core of Equifax's databases. The screen floods with a treasure trove of personal data, social security numbers, birth dates, and addresses. Deep within the digital fortress of Equifax, a silent infiltration begins. Zero initiates the exfiltration, each packet of data a whisper in the electronic wind. The network hums, a symphony of mundane transactions masking the theft of fortunes. The monitoring tools slumber, blind to the viper in their midst as Zero bleeds them dry. Lines of code cascade down the screen as Zero breaches the Equifax servers with practiced ease. Data streams flow like a digital river, siphoning sensitive information into Zero's grasp. The scale of the breach escalates, lines of code multiplying exponentially. A digital map illuminates, each node representing a compromised server, the network growing darker with each passing moment. In the Equifax security team office, a piercing alarm shatters the calm of an ordinary day. The 29th of July, 2017. A date that will live in infamy as the first warnings begin to flare. Mark and his team react instantly, a surge of adrenaline as they scramble to pinpoint the source. The office buzzes with urgent activity, each member focused on the unfolding threat. Suspicious activity detected. A silent promise of impending chaos hangs heavy in the air. Inside the Equifax server room, a silent alarm begins to echo as blinking lights cast an eerie glow across rows of humming machines. A lone technician notices an anomaly on his screen, his brow furrowing with concern as he calls out to his team. Panic flares as the security team frantically works to pull servers offline, their faces reflecting the urgency of the moment. The room buzzes with chaotic energy as the scope of the data breach becomes chillingly clear. Each member of the team races against time, desperately trying to seal the digital wounds and contain the spreading threat. A palpable sense of dread hangs heavy in the air, as the weight of the potential consequences settles upon them. In the sterile light of an Equifax executive office, tension coils around a large, polished table. Senior executives are gathered, their faces grim as they pore over scattered documents. The silence is palpable, broken only by the faint rustle of papers and suppressed breaths. CEO Richard Smith sits among them, his expression unreadable amidst the unfolding crisis. The weight of impending decisions hangs heavy, casting long shadows across the room. On the bustling stock trading floor, a covert operation unfolds. Amidst the chaos, 3 senior Equifax leaders engage in a clandestine act. CFO John Doe leads the silent sale, millions of dollars worth of company stock changing hands. Of secrecy hangs heavy as fortunes shift under the guise of everyday transactions. The Equifax executive office is packed with reporters, a sea of expectant faces and flashing cameras. The air crackles with tension as the weight of the announcement hangs heavy in the room. On Wall Street, news tickers scream of the Equifax breach, their stark headlines cutting through the morning bustle. A financial storm gathers as the company's stock price nosedives, each tick marking a deeper plunge into uncertainty. The once steady pulse of the market falters, each falling number echoing the growing panic in the air. The weight of the room bears down as a voice echoes. Richard Smith resigns in disgrace. Inside the Department of Justice, Agent Miller and her team pore over evidence, the weight of their investigation heavy in the air. Each piece of evidence meticulously examined, revealing a pattern of digital footprints left behind. Dr. Lee, a cybersecurity expert, sits surrounded by the cold, clinical glow of multiple monitors. Her office is a storm of papers and complex network diagrams, each illuminated by lines of code. On a monitor, the digital abyss of a dark web forum flickers ominously. Lines of encrypted code cascade down the screen, like digital rain dissolving into the deep background. A sense of digital decay hangs in the air as the forum comes to life. The stolen Equifax data is conspicuously absent, lost in the digital shadows. Threads about it lie cold and dead, swallowed by the insatiable void of the dark web. Under the hum of fluorescent lights, Agent Miller stands, a silhouette against the glow of a large map of the United States. Red lines, like creeping vines, converge on a single point near Beijing, each marking a path of unknown threat. Her eyes scan the intricate web, searching for a pattern, a clue hidden within the chaos. A moment of intense focus as she leans in, her face etched with determination. Her voice cuts through the sterile silence of the office, a demand hanging in the air. Where is the data? Deep inside a Beijing government facility, a high-security database glows with forbidden knowledge. Lines of complex code cascade down the monitors, weaving a digital tapestry of espionage. The stolen Equifax data merges seamlessly with countless pilfered records, each line a violation. On the screens, a comprehensive intelligence map of American citizens begins to materialize, stark and unsettling. A chilling portrait of a nation laid bare, its secrets exposed in the cold, calculating light of the digital age. Inside the bustling financial institution, Sarah, a sharp fraud analyst, is absorbed in a labyrinth of data streams and risk charts. Her fingers dance across the keyboard as she meticulously investigates a web of synthetic identity fraud, her focus intense. A gnawing suspicion takes root. Could the breached Equifax data be the key to this elaborate scheme? The weight of this potential security flaw bears down on Sarah, evident in her unwavering, determined gaze. Empty desks stretch into the distance, bathed in the cold, sterile light of the Equifax headquarters. A palpable sense of unease hangs in the air, thick with unspoken anxieties and looming repercussions. Silence descends, broken only by the faint hum of the building's infrastructure, a stark reminder of the crisis. The camera pans across deserted workspaces, highlighting the human cost of corporate negligence. A voice echoes, resonating with the weight of accountability. The settlement is announced. $700 million. The enormity of the figure hangs heavy, a hollow promise of justice amidst the vacant office spaces. Sunlight bathes an idyllic suburban street, the epitome of American tranquility. Average Americans stand on their manicured lawns, a stark contrast to the serenity. Each tap and swipe on the screens reveals potential financial ruin. The perfect facade of suburban life cracks under the weight of unseen digital threats. He leans forward, his eyes reflecting the cold light of the screen. A solitary figure battling an invisible threat. Gaze hardens, vowing to expose the digital weapon. Under the vast, open sky, the monuments and buildings of Washington, D.C. gleam with imposing grandeur. A panoramic vista captures the heart of the nation's capital, each structure a silent witness to history and power. A contemplative question hangs in the air, a chilling echo across the landscape. What happens when the next breach comes? The sun-drenched scene belies a looming uncertainty. And will we even know before it's too late?